Drive me crazy. Okay. That's fine.
In combat,
Enjoy not seeing 1% of the screen. Okay. So I am not going to set a world record. But... thank you for the sub, Marshall. Oh, reloading. Look, it's hard to start playing a new game and do this at the same time. Even though I've played Titanfall many times, I put much more time into the multiplayer, as one typically does with a multiplayer game. But it'll be fun revisiting this campaign because everyone talks about how good the campaign is, and I agree, but I haven't played it in a long time. Okay, are we done?
All right, got a new gauntlet for you to run today. Part time is 2 minutes.
I wonder, I probably have to change my controls so I can still, where the... I'm not using the button layout. Am I dumb? Oh, here we go. Okay, so melee's mouse 5. I want to be able to use my Titan Utilities mouse 4. Okay, whatever.
Do better than that to continue.
Am I aware of the secret weapon in this level? I don't think I am. What is the secret level?
Pilots have to strike a balance.
This is... it's so embarrassing to just be playing like this after I've seen the world record runs. I have nowhere near the skill to pull it off, but I do know that I am vastly inferior to them. This is it. This is the world record run. I'm gonna set it. And we did it.
Nice run.
Difficulty set to hard.
You set a new best time. Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses, so be sure to run this a few times with different weapons.
Well,
look at the results board for more tips on how to improve.
We'll see. I might set it down to normal because oh, there we go. That's us. Even though look, I appreciate the compliment from the game. I don't want to do it while I'm streaming.
Go ahead and run the gauntlet as much as you want. When you're done, I've got something special to show.
189th on speedrun.com. Thank you so much.
All done with the gauntlet?
I'm done with the gauntlet.
I'm ready to see what's next.
Good.
This is unfortunately I had a whole bunch of bullshit setting this up, whereas like originally I had it installed on Origin and then I uninstalled it and then I was like, I'll install it on Xbox Game Pass because I have that. And I hate Origin, and then it didn't work, and then I had to reinstall it on Origin. So I think all my save data for this game is gone. I have no idea what my original best time was. Oh, there he is. There's our dad. Happy Father's Day.
The first Titan chassis we designed ourselves. One we didn't have to steal from the IMC. Go ahead, Rifleman. Call on your first Titan. Look up.
Here we go.
There he is.
4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Father's Day! Oh, the simulation crashed.
I'm pulling you out.
Is he your dad or is he your son? Look, to me, he's my dad.
Easy, Cole. He just left VR. He needs a minute to decompress. He'll be ready to go. Trust me.
Greg Sim, great question. Doesn't EA make you use Origin anyway? In fact, they do not. And when you're trying to link it with Game Pass, you have to use a new app called EA Desktop, which is fundamentally broken. One of the worst apps I've ever used, and Origin was already bad, and this manages to make it look great in comparison.
Maybe even die on it.
Yes, this is the very start of the game. We haven't even really started the first level yet.
Good luck.
It's an interesting game for having a having like a very obvious tutorial. I feel like there are a lot of games now where it just, you know, the tutorial is just whatever, the first level of the game, and if you need to learn how to play, you can, and if you don't need to know how to play, you can ignore all the prompts. And this, I mean, you could certainly choose to kind of start on level 1, but when you press new game, you gotta go through a gamer tutorial. Oh, this is a cool scene transition. Check this out. Yeah, we got slow zoom. What's that going on? It's a skate pod? Now this is cinematic gaming. Once again, Source engine. It's crazy. I don't understand engines, but it seems wild to me. Oh my gosh, the camera covered it. Well, at this point, it was an escape pod. I will turn on subtitles. That's a good idea. In fact, I'll turn them on right now. We love the question, where the hell would the subtitles option be? Audio? Great.
Activated. Occupant, militia rifleman, class 3, Jack Cooper. Stabilize. 250 milligrams of Sansu administered. Caution. Temporary side effects. Nausea, dizziness, impaired motor function.
Now, for people in the chat, here's a question. Are you more interested in, would you like a Titanfall 3, an Apex Legends-esque continuation, either just Apex or, you know, like, or something more, or, you know, kind of like another game set in that universe, or completely new IP made by Respawn? Personally, maybe unsurprisingly, I would just like a Titanfall 3. I really... Here's a weird thing that Titanfall does so well, and I am shocked that it hasn't really been adapted by other multiplayer games. I'm sorry I have to keep messing with the settings. I feel like my frame rate seems low, and even though this game is like old, I don't know if there's some if VSync is doing something weird. I don't know. Titanfall has NPCs that are easy to kill in the multiplayer mode, and it is my favorite thing in any multiplayer mode, because even if you're not killing other players all the time, even if you're not killing other players all the time, it feels good to be able to, like, you can run around and you can take out grunts, and you get little bonuses for taking out grunts, and it is so satisfying. And I'm sure there are other multiplayer FPSs that do this, but it's never quite been, like, as satisfying as in Titanfall. And it's just brilliant. Like, it's such a nice move. And I want to see other developers doing the same thing. Here we're seeing our first taste of Titan action. There was a mode in Titanfall 2 multiplayer that I really loved, where you would get like cash for kills essentially, and then you would have to bank it, and it was like, you know, teams were racing to have the most cash banked. And the way that I would play was, oh, there's some story stuff happening. Anyway, the way that I would play was that I would just equip a grenade launcher, and I would just go around and kill like groups of the little grunts. Like, you know, they'd run around like 4 or 5, and I would just shoot grenades at them. The grenades were not great at killing pilots, but they were really good at killing the grunts. And if you just did that fast enough, you could just rack up huge amounts of cash and then put it all in the bank. And it was, I would like routinely end games with like twice the amount of points as the next closest player. It was one of the only times that I like genuinely felt good at a video game. Now this is the real Apex, like, you know, where you can see the connections, is they have all the sorts of dinosaurs and stuff that are technically from the Titanfall universe. The game audio is still a little too loud. Okay, I can do that. Hello, Dad. Oh no. Oh no! Dad! Still, I'm gonna turn it down. It's weird because Dark Souls seemed like a normal volume to me and a normal volume to everyone else, but this one seems like it's a little more skewed. Thank you, Cerberus Cuddles, for the Prime subscription. Here's a question for all you mech enthusiasts out there. Someone just referenced. Wow, we're getting really close to him. Dad and BT, what game am I seeing here? That's so funny. I never put together that BT, that this game has a BT, and, well, you know, it's not really a dad, but just saying. Titanfall 2, one of the best games of the last generation. Death Stranding, also one of the best games of the last generation. Okay, so, mech question. Is it weird for a big robot suit to hold a gun that is separate from it rather than the gun being built into it? To me, it seems like it makes more sense for the gun to be built into the mech. But maybe I'm not thinking about that right. I don't know. I always just thought it was weird. It was like in Avatar, the mech has like a big knife that's on like a knife holster on its belt. And that just seemed kind of goofy. Alright. Anyway, now we're actually playing the game. And I'm getting killed immediately. I forgot you had to kill things and you couldn't just run. Oh, and I'm supposed to be invisible. That's right. Yeah, that's Queso Hotel. That's my kind of problem with it, is that, like, yes, there is more flexibility if it can, you know, kind of pick up different guns or whatever, but you have to build fully functioning hands into your mech, which is so complicated, rather than just, like, putting a gun on its arm. This is all very grounded in realistic media that we're talking about, like Avatar and the Titanfall universe. So, You know, I really want to drill down into these things. You know, that goes back to, like, you know, Evangelion, they like picked up guns to use. Though I guess Gundam were more like in Gundam, are they attached to them or not? You know, because it's like if you have like a missile pack on your back, you're not like holding that. That's like built into you. And I tried to play BattleTech. It's a lot. Mech games are games that I, like, theoretically really... I theoretically really want to be into mech games, and I you know, I like the idea of them. But it's just, you know, in games like BattleTech, the way that you portray your mech is that it's like, it's really complicated and it's got a lot of pieces, and all those pieces are modular and you can upgrade it and do all this stuff, and it was a little overwhelming for me. But I certainly, I like to hear people talk about mechs. You know, if people listen to Waypoint, which I'm sure at least some of this audience does, you know, nothing Austin Walker loves more than a mech, and nothing I love more than hearing Austin Walker talk about something he's excited about. So, like, it all comes around. Anyway, welcome to Titanfall. There really aren't as many kind of, like, in Dark Souls we were talking about our build strategies and the things we were going for. And there's not nearly as much of that in this game. This is just more like real good running and shooting and punching, which is what video games are good at. But it'll be a little adjustment for me to figure out the best way to talk about all of these things at the same time. Where are we going? These guys. Stop getting up. I am a big Pacific Rim fan that people have brought up several times, which is, you know, for me, a signifier that mechs should not concern themselves with petty logic. You know, that if it's more dramatic to hold the sword in your hand until the very end of the battle and then pull it out, that's what you should do. Yeah, the gun design is very good. All of the kind of combat design is very good. These are just like, yeah, this is just kind of as you play through, you realize just like an exceptionally competent game. You know, there are, unless I'm forgetting one, and it's possible that we are, there are no real like stinkers in Titanfall 2. You're never like, oh, this level. It's always just kind of new and exciting in a different way. Although I do have to figure out how to get down there.
The IMC might be able to pick us off. That's what they've been trying to do.
Am I going backwards? Hold on.
All hands. The James Talon has been sent
No, this is where I came from.
research facility on the planet Titan.
Right? Yeah, that's where I came from. I do need to figure out, I can't see my frame rate, or I don't have it up here. I don't think I'm getting many frames on this game. I think I'm playing at like 30 or maybe even like 28 or something. And it is a little distracting because I am used to my beautiful, silky smooth frame rate. But that'll be something to figure out after this stream. I did play Jedi Fallen Order, which is a game made by Respawn, which is, I'm sure, why it's being asked. I thought that the level design in that was maybe a hair too complex for its own good. Or to put it another way, I didn't feel like part of a Metroidvania is getting new abilities and going back and being places that you hadn't been. And another part, another part of a Metroidvania is having things that you want to go back for. And to be honest, Jedi Fallen Order... Oh? Hi. Jedi Fallen Order did not have good collectibles. Like, it was like, oh, a new poncho color? Neat. And it's like, ponchos are boring, and it didn't let you do anything else. And almost everything was like an aesthetic thing that you were finding. And so it was a weirdly fractured game to me, because it was like, yeah, the design of the worlds were like really complex, but then I didn't think it quite held up.
Did you just call me pilot?
Yes.
But I mean, I like the idea of a Star Wars Dark Souls. You know, I would be interested in seeing them do more with that concept or in the universe or whatever. I think it's a lot of things that would be sorted out with a sequel. It's just like, you know, figuring out the way a first game works is hard. All right, where are we going? Not viable. Not viable. Aha. Okay, I take it back. Ponchos are awesome. However, the ponchos aren't radically different from each other. I was never that excited when I got a new color of poncho. So, you know what? I'll accept that as a personal failing. Oh. So here's the characterization of the game, is that BT will talk to you. BT is the robot. And then we respond, and we do get to usually pick between two responses. It really does not affect the story in any meaningful way, but it is a cool character building exercise. And there's usually a way to kind of be a little sassier or a little more straightforward. And it's fun. And you know we're gonna be sassy to the robot. That's just what we're gonna do.
Pilot, my mapping systems have been restored. The ambush of the 9th Militia Fleet has landed us far off course from our original destination. We are located in hostile territory. Be careful, we cannot stay here long.
Oh, I'm falling a lot. Oh.
How long did you serve with Lastimosa?
But what's especially hard, because I'm streaming and I'm talking over most of the dialogue, is I don't want to miss any of it.
Sorry.
But I can't. It's pretty quiet for me. So if I ever leave BT hanging, I just want to apologize both to you and to him in advance. I've always, in first-person shooter campaigns specifically, sniping in areas that are not necessarily designed for sniping just feels so cool. Being able to, like, go in and take out a whole base before you even do it. It is, as viewers will find out, maybe not the most engaging thing to watch, but it always makes you feel kind of overpowered in a way. Oh, I didn't know Titanfall 2 was supposed to have a gender option. That's cool. I wish they had that in there.
Pilot, your suit has an emergency cloaking ability. This can help you survive dangerous situations.
Oh. So it's pretty well known by this point, at least if you're me and you obsessively listen to people talk about Titanfall 2. But one of the, like, the way that this game was developed was very much a, like, come up with a cool concept for a level, do that, and then figure out, like, a story reason that needs to be in there. But mostly it was, like, what is a hook? You know, what's a thing that we can do with this level? Which is a thing that, in concept, sounds like it would, it wouldn't work very well. You know, you'd be like, oh, well, why didn't they decide the story first and then go from there? But, one, you know, that's video games are different than other things and are made differently, and sometimes just having a bunch of fun levels is enough. See any Mario game. But also, I think it kind of works, and here's the thing, as someone who is a big fan of the Mission Impossible franchise, that is also how they make those movies, is they're like, Tom Cruise is like, I want to fly a helicopter, and then they're like, all right, why does Tom Cruise fly a helicopter? And they build them around the same way, and look, Mission Impossible movies are good as hell, so I have weirdly changed my stance on deciding cool set pieces and then building something around them. To quote the best Mission Impossible quote, called Mission Impossible Fallout because he fall out the plane. Okay, now we have both batteries for our robot father. Oh, there's a... Okay, so there are collectibles in the form of pilot helmets that you can get. I will not be finding all of them. But, you know, if we see one, we can go for it.
Would be in your best interest to turn yourselves in. Surely you would agree it is better for our pilot. Our location has been compromised.
Okay, so now let's get our robot going. Oh, secure the area. Yes, sir. Yeah, as people in the chat are talking about, like, frequently it is enough in art to just give good vibes. You know, to just be like, if we put enough cool stuff in this, it'll work. I think that's kind of what Dark Souls 3 is, and you know what? It works fine.
Pilot, we must establish a Neurolink in order to proceed. Please embark when ready.
The pilot helmets are absolutely worse than the ponchos, but, like, in terms of, you know, collectability. But the thing is, Titanfall 2 is not structured around finding ponchos. And Jedi Fallen Order arguably is.
Protocol 1, link to pilot.
Alright, we got the whole boot up sequence. Let's go.
Neurolink established. Rifleman Jack Cooper, you are now
This is so
confirmed as
cool.
acting pilot of BT-7274.
Now, there is an interesting difference between Titanfall 1 and 2, and this might be different within the campaign or the multiplayer, is that in Titanfall 1, all of the, getting...
Protocol 3, protect
Now, let me...
reinitializing critical systems.
I'm trying to think of how to put this, or I'm trying to remember which was which. All right, we're collecting all our bullets. Bam, cool as hell. In Titanfall 1, I believe all of the getting in the mech animations were done in first person, and in this they are third person largely, and I think that's because there are more character models and it would be more complicated to do. But maybe I'm getting that backwards. Anyway, and this is going to make what I say sound silly, because I remember preferring them in Titanfall 1, but I can't remember which was which. Okay, Mitch just says I'm right. Oh, we're painting targets now.
Neurolink complete. Primary weapon control.
Yeah, I liked the first-person perspective. It seemed, you know, like it kept you in it a little bit more. But I also recognize development realities, and it is really hard if you've got lots of different Titan models and whatever to keep the first person for everything. That's right, you can't show off your cool skins in first person. Oh. Come on, shoot me. The like vortex shield always seems so cool, and then I can never hit anything with it. So it's, you know, it's one of those things that's like pro players, you know, very cool, great at it. Me, it's like I can catch things sometimes and never hit them by throwing them back, and eventually I just kind of abandon it entirely. All right, let's go meet with Major Anderson. I think my favorite Titan model is, or like, you know, my favorite kind of power set is Scorch, at least. In multiplayer, there were two that I liked. I love Scorch, who's a big, burly Titan who does stuff with fire. You can throw out, like, gas mines and then ignite them and do these big firewalls. And that was great for, like, controlling a whole area. And, you know, you could kind of, like, throw a gas mine around a corner and then ignite it and just light everyone up. And then the other one that I really liked was the ultra-fast one, which was, Ronin, I believe. I think Ronin. That was another one where it's like, when I was playing Ronin, what I would do is just, like, run around the map as quickly as I could and not try to kill other Titans at all, and just kill, like, dozens of NPCs and player characters and just kind of step on everyone. And it was... I really liked how, you know, like, especially having the NPCs and whatever let you kind of develop different battle strategies in multiplayer, even while, like, you know, I was largely playing with myself. I wasn't playing with a team. North Star is interesting. I believe that's the sniper one. Everyone was playing Tone for a while. He was, you know, kind of maybe the most well-rounded.
First floor activated.
The Sense Motive, I did not get EA Desktop to work. This is running off Origin, because I eventually just gave up. Oh, the other cool thing you could do with Ronin is if you were Ronin and you got 2 electrical smokes, you could just, like, pop both electric smokes around another Titan and really mess him up because they would be, like, confused. Okay, we'll switch to Tone.
I think somebody's in love.
A human's concept of love requires admiration, attraction, devotion, and respect. Conclusion. I am 50% in love.
See? Good lines from BT already.
The Tone loadout, we can lock onto enemies and target them with tracking guns. This will be useful in direct combat.
Yeah, so the way that tone works, which is just unbelievably satisfying, is you hit them 3 times, and then you can shoot out a missile barrage, and then you can hit them a further 3 times and send out another missile barrage, and you don't even need to hit them squarely, you just need to hit them with splash damage. Oh, it's satisfying. It's very satisfying.
Pilot, our path through this facility is blocked by a flow regulation gate. There should be a control interface nearby.
What other games have I been thinking about streaming? We talked about this a little on Dark Souls. I knew Titanfall 2 was the second one that I wanted to do. I've wanted to play Umurangi Generation for a while, and it seems like that might be a fun one to do on stream, though maybe it wouldn't be a good one to stream. I'm not... Oh, no, no. Bad place to get out. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I mean, I know I want to play it. I'm not sure if I'd play it on stream. You know, I'm not sure about the other ones, because the question when you're streaming a game is like, you know, I don't know if I want to play a game for the first time on stream, because there are so many other things that I'm thinking about that it's harder to get quite as involved in the process. So like Titanfall 2 and Dark Souls, which was the one I did first, were games that I was already very familiar with. You know, might just do Dark Souls 2. Hard to say no to that. I've been wanting to replay Dark Souls 2 for a while, though that game is unbelievably long. So we'll see. That would be many nights of streaming. Have I ever played Terraria? No, not even a little bit. I played Minecraft in betas so old that people, you know, kids are playing Minecraft that weren't even alive when I was playing those betas. But I've never played Terraria. Nope, here we go.
Maintenance override engaged. Opening flow regulation gate.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn the desktop audio down a little bit, and then turn my audio up a little bit. People just tell me if the game is too loud, and I can continue messing with it. I think the first time I played this, I played in hard, and I was dying a lot at, like, this part specifically. Split up. Sounds risky.
Got it. I'll find a way out.
Blake is in chat saying Fortnite. I was going to play Fortnite with Blake. He's at his grandma's house. We'll play later tonight, Blake.
Tracking me. It's kind of creepy, BT.
I have no wish to incite fear. That is reserved for our enemies.
Listen up. This is King.
Fortnite is one of Titanfall is one of those games that I think it is. While there is a lot of fun to be had playing it on a hard difficulty, I think it's a little more fun playing it on easy, because it's like you want to play running around like crazy, making split-second decisions, whatever. And at least my experience on hard was that you have to play more cautiously. And I don't want to play cautiously. I want to run straight into guys with a shotgun, as demonstrated, and die still. So, you know, maybe you still can't do everything you want. But, you know, this is a game that I think is best played going wild with it. And I want to take advantage of that. Yeah, the flatline is a weird gun. One of those guns that I just never used in multiplayer. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Poop Ghost, for the subscription. Sekiro does seem like a good one to stream. I kind of don't want to because I streamed all of Sekiro during Sword Stream last year, which I know was a long time ago, but to me it feels like, well, I've already streamed that game. Let's replace the flatline with the L star. When I was playing multiplayer, I've already mentioned I loved the little grenade launcher thing that you could get. I think I like the car. I really liked the Volt, which was an SMG that was had basically perfect hip fire. Like, it would just go in a straight line, and so I would just run around, and I would never aim down the sights, and it was the best. What was that last bombastic game and to save the best for last? That was Wonderful 101. Wonderful 101, an amazing game. Very long and very cutscene heavy. And I would feel bad skipping the cutscenes, like skipping all the cutscenes for a stream, but also I don't want to watch them all again.
I feel like we've been walking for days.
Do you require rest?
Do I require rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Your vitals appear to be stable.
Here's a fun story about me. I went to the beach this weekend, and I tried so hard to not get sunburned. And in fact, I got very sunburned. And so now the backs of my thighs, sitting on this chair, feel a little tender. It's fine. I've been repeatedly applying aloe vera to myself. But I got boiled like a little lobster. Yes, how are the non-Wii U versions of Wonderful 101? They are totally fine. I played it on PC with an Xbox controller. I believe people who got really into Wonderful 101, even on the Wii U, ultimately used the stick to draw things and not the gamepad. So I think you're totally fine buying any of the other versions. I don't think the Switch version can run in 1080-60, but there are other reasons that you might want to buy a Switch version.
All, my friend. I just hope you're better than the last one.
Oh, ow. Man just kicked me. Oh, Dishonored. That's, actually, you know what might be a good stream game, especially because it's a game that I've never played? Prey. I've been curious about Prey for a long time, and I think that might be one that would be fun seeing a first playthrough of.
Hazardous waste pumps now filtering automated testing facility, Zone 3.
I'm sure I own it, or if I don't own it, then I've, had the opportunity to buy it for like $4 20 times. Oh, I bet it's on Game Pass actually.
Of sludge. The current is strong up ahead, suggesting an exit. Keep moving forward.
I'm kind of, I sometimes get kind of intimidated by immersive sim games because I sometimes feel like I'm more of a I find a thing that works and I do it, and I don't do like the fun creative things that make those games awesome to watch.
Missing me already?
I was not shooting at
And so I've just, but I don't know how much I've just kind of imposed that. I mean, that's how I felt about the original Dishonored. But I also felt like that game had some working against it because I wanted to get the quote-unquote
Long time no see.
good ending, and so I didn't kill anyone, and then that makes it less fun on its own right, and blah 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 blah. And so I'm kind of in my head about immersive sims,
the next chamber, marking your HUD.
but I think Prey might be really fun. All right, let's go beat some guys up.
IMC security forces.
Let's go beat some guys up. Truly just the idea of every level in Titanfall 2 and also every other video game ever made.
Alright, scrubs, enough's enough. I'm coming down.
Oh no. Oh, I keep forgetting that I can become invisible. That helps. The UI in this game has a cool design? I guess so. It's pretty minimal, but I do like how, like, things, you know... Ow! Things on your HUD, when they pop up, will kind of, like, point to it.
Overriding pump filter system. Emergency shutdown initiated.
Okay, more guys are coming in. I remember this place being somewhere that I just died tons of times while playing it on hard. Oh, because of these things specifically.
Sludge falls contain a high
These explodey droids.
by targeting systems.
How hard can it be? Just shoot.
Blind firing into my pilot's combat zone would be a violation of
Podam, yes, I've played a ton of Titanfall 2 multiplayer. Not for many years, but we started this talking about kind of how much I enjoyed the multiplayer of Titanfall 2. Oh no. We're doing okay.
Pump shutdown sequence at 40%.
Oh yeah, these ticks are in the multiplayer. I forgot about that. This is one of the first levels which I feel like they feel like you're still learning how to play the game, so they can't throw the really wacky stuff at you. And so I agree that it is one of the weaker moments, but I think it's just because like they need you to understand the rules a little bit better before they can really go hog wild. Thank you, Katorian, for the sub, by the way.
Pump shutdown sequence at 50%.
I wanted to start streaming this much earlier, but I had technical issues, then I had things going on. I had to release a video, which some of you maybe saw. Busy week, but I do enjoy streaming and want to do it more regularly, and Twitch is kind of gamified in a way that's like, whoa, you're so close to getting to the next level of whatever. So all that is to say, I'm gonna try to get, oh shoot. I'm gonna try to get, thank you, Sense Motive. Oh, snap! Katorian gifting subs to people. What a boss move, thank you. Okay, this is a bad situation. I need to
Shut down sequence.
I need to find a way out of this. To quote Joe Bluth. There was a comment up above that is like, haven't played the multiplayer, but does it have, you know, miscellaneous enemies? Yes, it does, and that's part of what makes it so cool. Okay, wait, is it?
Visual contact reestablished with pilot. Commencing supporting fire. Danger close.
Ho-hoo! Alright, BT's shooting now.
Pilot, activating sonar pulse to assist you.
Alright, we can just run over and get in. Moody Hanami, I'm pretty sure you could watch. I mean, it's funny, I'll talk about this more in the director's commentary that I do for the game, which is like a Patreon thing. I talk about Before Your Eyes almost not at all in that video, which was kind of the only way that I could not spoil it. But I think you will be fine to watch it before playing the game. But also, the game is an hour and a half long and it costs $10. So, you know, as soon as you can, it is not a big investment to play it. Oh, boss fight.
You were not invited to Kane's party, and that's why you're dead. Well, another runaway hero.
I have red LED light on the side of me, which is either highlighting or masking just how bad my skin is right now. But there's a good amount of burn going on. Oh, shoot. Okay. I can't believe there are two. Oh, there's health all over this. We're gonna be fine. Oh, the salvo core is the... Oh, he's burning it. No, he's not. The salvo core is the most, like, Gundam feeling thing in this game, and it is awesome.
You got it sometime.
Hit me! Come on, hit me!
Ow. I tried to do a cool melee kill on him, but I don't think that's actually possible.
Well done, pilot. Kane's helmet radio is still intact. You should retrieve it.
It's kind of, yeah, Sense Motive saying it has almost a MOBA feeling to the multiplayer. I think that's a great analogy. That, yeah, there are these little things that you can kill, you know, almost with no thought, that then, like, charge up your Titan ability. And then there are other players running around that are more dangerous. It's so well constructed. It is really good. And as good as Apex is, I don't like Battle Royales quite as much. I've never played any of FromSoft's mech games. I have also gotten the impression they're pretty rough. But they're probably interesting. So, you know. Just depends how big of a From head you really are.
I'm on my way.
Oh, Cody Fox says they're amazing. That's cool to hear. I might just like watch some YouTube videos on them or something.
Will work to our advantage. In order to survive, we must keep moving.
I loved hearing about the the mech game. What was the one for the Xbox that came with like the big like control center that had like a whole bunch of buttons? I love that. I love, like, you know, weird user control system stuff.
I recommend we proceed.
I believe the game where you're the president in the mech suit is that parody one that Devolver recently released, which is not a From game. Metal Wolf Chaos. Yeah, that's that game.
What is this place?
Accessing files. Unknown.
Oh, Scorch time.
What are we doing here, BT?
We must proceed through this facility and continue to the rendezvous point with Major Anderson. It is our only chance of survival.
So Scorch has this big kind of flame grenade, a big punch, and these gas mines that can be set off, and you can use them all in conjunction, and a shield.
Sounds like he's afraid of us, BT.
Doubtful. His faction, the Apex Predators, is
Wait, is Wolf Chaos not? It is from? I thought that was someone else. Wow, I had no idea. Forgive me for getting that wrong. Oh, this is okay. This is the factory level. We're not into the like crazy part of it yet, but this is one of those Titanfall levels that everyone loses their shit over for good reason. Scorch was always my multiplayer Titan, because hitting someone with a flame grenade, like hitting a pilot, was a one-hit kill, and it's so... the projectile itself is so big that it's really easy to hit people with. Look at that. Just gone. There's a level in Titanfall 1 that was really interesting, where it was like, so Titanfall 1, only single player, but they would have, like, each multiplayer map had kind of story moments in it. And there's one of those maps where at the end, there would just be like a million specters that showed up if one team won, which are like the robots. And then you do this thing where you, like, run to a ship if you lose, and you have to get on it before it gets off. And I just remember, like, losing and running to that ship and looking down and just seeing, like, a million robots staring back up at me. And it was a cool and kind of affecting moment. It was neat. The problem with the mechs that you fight in the campaign is that you they don't go critical, and then you can't do the extremely cool take out the pilot, crush them like an egg sort of thing that you do in multiplayer. But I am just gonna melt this guy. Uh-oh. Okay, we're doing fine. I do want to get to the part of this level where we're just doing crazy cool parkour. Oh! Well, that would have been cool if I managed to hit all three of them instead of, I think, none of them. Health. There we go. This might be better for like a tone fight or something, but I'm stubborn and I want to use Scorch, so we're sticking with it. It is interesting that in the... oh god. In the campaign, they kind of give you the Titan cores in an order that makes them feel like they're, like leveling up. You know, you're like, oh, well, Brute must be better than Titan because it gave it to me afterwards. But it's not really the case at all. Oh, shortcut through the facility. Let's go. Okay, so now we gotta get out. But really, they're just totally different, and especially in the multiplayer, they're all, like, relatively balanced.
I'm engaging hostile infantry.
God, I love a good shotgun in a single-player first-person shooter.
Cargo lift activated.
I don't love the L star, though. Switch out for this Spitfire.
Pilot, I require assistance. Warning. Unauthorized Titan
This is so
detected in
goofy.
loading dock.
It's like, it is truly just a cartoon.
Transferring Titan to asset reassignment.
BT, come back!
I have located a security breach. Loading dock 13. Over.
Roger. Kappa 3 en route.
Dang, Wildstar having homemade sauce with homemade tomatoes? That is cool as hell. I have a tomato plant in my backyard. It's very small. It has like 7 orange tomatoes on it right now, which I'm very proud of. I don't actually know how good they will taste, but I am going to eat them no matter what, out of just sheer pride of having raised something that I can eat. Oh shit. Okay. Nope, we're fine. We're fine.
Pilot. Cooper, if you read me, I'm being taken to this facility substation.
This was supposed to be a shortcut, BT.
Perhaps Lastimosa was right. No plan survives first contact.
BT, how do I get to you?
You must follow the pipes
Oh,
to the lower
ow.
levels.
I know among other people who love this game, one big fan is JV Gwaltney, who used to write for Game Informer, now does PR stuff, I think. But I've always felt a kindred with JV because he has played Wolfenstein, the New Order, and the New Colossus literally dozens of times each. Like, they are his favorite game in a way that most people do not experience their favorite games. And so I've talked about Titanfall with JV before. And anyone who likes Wolfenstein is a friend of mine. Okay, here we go. This is the really cool part. See this? See how we're in like a big it's like in Toy Story 2 when they go into the baggage handling area and it's like made of, you know, 100 different conveyor belts going different directions. That's always what I thought of this area as.
There may be a common exit. I recommend you follow the flow of the platforms. Pilot, this facility is extremely dangerous. Watch for crushing hazards on the assembly line.
Watching the speedrun of this is also incredibly cool, because one of the things that the guy said at like GDQ was he's like, actually this sequence is pretty on rails and it's hard to skip big parts of it because it's like, well, you have to wait for these things to come by, but then they managed to do things where they do extreme jumps or whatever, where they just skip, the entire game, essentially. Oops. I thought this was something. Oh, no. I might have kind of screwed myself here. Because I don't want to get pulled into that. Okay, we're fine. I love the fire stars. They are some of my favorite grenades. just because I'm too impatient to wait for grenades to explode, and so I like anything that happens instantaneously. And the fire stars definitely do that. Oh no! Okay, oh! It got pulled out from under us. Okay, so we need to be more thoughtful. Here we go. Oh, baby, we're wall running. Oh, the EPG is a cool gun. It is essentially a rocket launcher. Oh, and I need to go invisible. Look at this. I mean, just look at it's like they're putting the grass on the platforms. It's so cool.
Pilot, I'm being taken through an area stocked with prefabricated structures. We are not far apart. Keep moving.
What the hell are they building here, BT?
Unknown.
I just love that it's like you get to see every part of it. It's like, all right, first we put the grass on, then we put the armchairs on, and next we're gonna put the walls on. God, this is the coolest gun. I remember the first... Oh, gosh. Okay. I got taken through a laser grid. The first time I played this level, I couldn't even believe what was happening. I was like, they're really... Like, I'm playing through all of this? Mardo, who would build a factory this size to make fake prefab towns, blow it up in combat simulations, and then repeat? Let me introduce you to the U.S. military. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding, but they do blow up fake towns. Everyone made the same joke in chat. Okay, I need to get myself out of here. This is a little too much. Ow! Shoot. Thank you, Tails. Why didn't they call this Titanfall? Great point. As always, you should have been in charge of development of this game. Oh my gosh, why are there so many ticks? Oh, and I missed the train. Shoot. No, I'm taking it. I'm on it. I really am a sucker for video game things where they show you what's going to happen. Oh gosh, I got... Another cool thing about Titanfall is like a lot of stuff that would be outside the geometry of a regular game is actually built in this, and so you can think you're falling and then not fall, and it's cool. What I was going to say is I'm a real sucker for anything where they show you what's going to happen and then you have to play through it. One good example is like the scene in Inside where you're walking and you see the people like jumping or turning around, and then you have to jump or turn around. Another one is recently in Resident Evil 8. You watch a video of a guy walking down a staircase, and then you have to walk down the staircase, and it's very scary. And in this, it's like you can see everything that's going to happen to the platform you're on right before, because it's happening to like platforms in the future. But anyway, I need to get back on these. Oh, you can actually hack the Spectres. I forgot about that. It takes far too long, and they die too quickly, but it is kind of cool. Alright, see? So now we get to jump on this thing. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, that's true. It happened in both RE7 and RE8, because RE7 you have those like VHS tapes you watch. But in 8, it's the very scary doll level where you get a little like projector film and you put it on and you see someone like walking down the stairs and seeing a well, and then you have to do that. There is a lot going on in this factory. And I am not trying to kill every enemy. I just want to get through. Oh, gosh. Ah! Okay, hold that house there for me. Okay, leave. Leave now. I'm good. Okay. Okay, we're fine. See you, Cody. Whew. Look at this. So now you get to go and find out what everyone's... That was a meat grinder. We get to go and find out what these houses actually are.
I am undamaged. However, I do not believe this is a food processing plant.
My luck, this place is going to turn itself inside out.
Or upside down, considering the circumstances.
I believe Resident Evil 8 runs fine on the PS4, but I don't know that for certain. If anyone has personal experience or watched like a Digital Foundry video on it, pipe up. Oh, it is gonna see, it's showing us what it's going to do. It's gonna turn us upside down. Gosh, look at this. Look at this. Whenever you get to like walk along, you know, it's like when a house is put in sideways and then you have to like figure out how to move along the house sideways. It's just awesome. Even though I'm gonna fall to my death, almost certainly. There we go. I mean, Resident Evil 4 is weird and dumb, but it's also one of the best games ever made. Games contain multitudes. Where are we going? Just like, what a weird perspective this is. You know, you look like this, and it's like, it almost looks normal, but I'm looking straight up. Oh.
Rest assured, I will not execute you summarily. You have my word.
Gosh, it's so, like, just what a cool concept. I also love the idea that, like, these cars are, like, cemented to the ground.
Impressive, pilot. You made it all this way alive. Unfortunately.
This also has, I won't talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil it for people. But the ending of Half-Life Alyx is somewhat like this.
Well done, pilot. I will take it from here.
Here we go. Okay, so they're building a whole facility. Well, not a facility, as Stat pointed out. They're building a whole town to blow up. So good. And then this is also just what the multiplayer maps look like, is this sort of prefab facility.
Loading scenario 127 in dynamic simulation dome 314.
All right, let's do it. Boss fight time.
See how impressive you truly are.
I love the idea of big screens turning into what looks like transparent because they're projecting something on it. It's such a, I mean, it's in everything. We were talking about Prey earlier, you know, it's in everything. But it's just like, it's such a cool looking concept.
Delivering militia test subjects.
All right, let's go. Since this is a multiplayer map, I should be good at it. Oh wait, no, they're good. I was so ready to murder people. Oh, that's a great... this is what Disney uses on their film sets. Like that thing that they filmed The Mandalorian with, where it's like real-time, unreal projecting things. Yeah. Is wild. The future is wild, and we're in it. And if we, you know, let the world survive 50 more years... Seems like it'll get even cooler.
Kind of busy, BT.
Keep it confident. Utilize your cloak. It will temporarily make you invisible. Initiating IMC Reaper test period.
Are we gonna have to fight Reapers? Reapers are like mini Titans. Yep, there it is. Landing a Firestar on a Titan or on a thing. One of the really cool things is if you land a Firestar on a Titan, like on the front, the face part, it completely obscures the pilot's vision, and so it's like a, it feels almost like a meta damaging thing, where it's just like, haha, you can't see now.
Let's make this a little more interesting.
I hate the ticks. I hate them so much. It is so weird that there are so many instances in, like, fiction of, like, bad guys having someone in one specific place. And instead of killing them, they, like... Oh, is this the Devotion? This is my favorite gun. This was like, my gun in the multiplayer. It's a LMG, and the fire rate goes up the faster you hold the trigger. It's amazing. Anyway, what I was going to say is, like, bad guy has the good guy trapped in an arena or something. And theoretically, they could just, I don't know, shoot them, bomb them, or whatever. And instead, it's like, I'm going to send waves of easy enemies at you.
Kappa 1, eliminate the militia pilot. You are cleared to engage.
Opening the door. Squad, prepare for dome breach.
Oh, really? The devotion is just a volt with extra bits added to it? That's very funny.
As I should have expected, the IMC infantry clearly lacked resolve. Perhaps I have no choice but to step
breathing.
in
You?
personally.
Still operational, but unable to escape. I have detected an opening in the outer wall. You should get out of there while you can.
Here we go. Yeah, they don't have to make sense because they're crazy. Yes, I've seen that in one of the speed throughs. There's a section of the wall here that you can just like walk out of, and the developers know about it and have just kept it in because it only affects you if you're trying to do it, and it's awesome. Speedrunning is cool as hell.
Am I not allowed to enjoy myself while I work?
Not when your work suffers.
Point taken. Ash out.
Don't worry. For the price I'm putting on his head, you can buy all the toys you want.
Sector 4 Charlie. Detonate charges 21 through 29.
All IMC personnel. This is Ash. I am sorry to report due to your inability to contain the security breach.
Gosh, it's honestly one of the only first-person shooter games that like I look forward to the platforming parts as much as the fighting parts. You know, like Doom has platforming, and it's fine. I don't think it's bad, but I'm never like, heck yeah, the platforming parts in Doom. And whenever I see like just a bunch of platforms get set off like they just did in Titanfall, I'm like, yes, this is the good stuff. Yeah, Doom's platforming is completely kind of independent of the shooting. While as this, I mean, that's not entirely true. There are some more vertical arenas and whatever. But for the most part, you know, there are platforming sections and shooting sections. And in this, everything is just a one section. Alright, let me in. What do you think about Soup? Oh, I got lots of opinions on Soup. Mostly that it's good. Actually, my Twitter bio a long time ago used to be lots of opinions about Soup. That's not a joke. Or like lots of feelings on Soup. I like kind of rich, creamy soups a lot. You know, I love like I've made a lot of kind of squash soups. Are really good. I don't like kind of soups with like big chunks of like beans and stuff in them. I know, think about those beans. Let's see, I'm trying to think of other soup opinions to have. I don't know. I used to work at a place that the restaurant next door had a lot of soup, and I would get a soup pretty frequently. And the best part about that was honestly just that they would give you also an enormous piece of bread to dip in the soup. And so then, you know, you were eating like half a loaf of bread as well as the good-ass soup, and it was just a great time. Yeah, bisques are good. I made, what kind of soup did I make? Oh gosh, I made a like mushroom gnocchi soup the other day, spinach mushroom gnocchi, and it was unbelievably good. One of the best soups I've made. I have played this campaign before. However, it's been a pretty long time. So I remember, you know, Effect and Pause and the other kind of, I remember this mission. But I think there are actually going to be a lot of things that I am going to be like, oh yeah, this is in here. And I'm excited to get to those, because I only really played the campaign when this game came out. Here we go. We got a cool-ass samurai robot Titanfall Titan.
That makes you worth something to me. Let us begin.
Salvo core ready.
Oh, she cloaking. I have my salvo core ready, but I want to make sure I can, like, hit her during it. God, that was some sick shit. She's almost done. There we go. Oh, it didn't show us crush her? Was that just a camera glitch, or do they not show it? That's disappointing.
Surface access is authorized. Pilot, the security lockdown has been disengaged. I recommend we leave through the tunnel.
In the multiplayer, they definitely show you burst them. Anyway. Good stuff, regardless. It showed it. She kind of held it off screen, or we held her off screen. A shame. You'll just have to imagine that the robot samurai lady popping like a water balloon. All right, what's the next level? Because now they're just all bangers. Oh, it's the level.
Pilot, Major Anderson.
It's the level.
Investigate this facility.
Okay, here, wait. I gotta tweet about it. Now, those of whom are familiar with Titanfall 2
It's too quiet.
will know what I mean when I say it is the level. This is the time travel one. Oh.
Overseer requests all teams working on the arc analysis report to the lecture hall for General Marder's presentation. Thank you.
Your character doesn't even remark on it. He's like, oh, this seems fine. Okay. I got a bad feeling about this.
The time disturbances in the area are a plausible cause of your...
By decisively neutralizing the militia forces, we will in fact safeguard. Yes, pilot, may I help you?
I like that the guy in the past is like, what are you doing here? This is something that I know from, I believe, a GDC talk or something, but the two versions of this level, oh my gosh, the past one and the future one, geometry-wise, I think the future one is just, like, under the map, like, literally under it in a way that we can't access, and so when they switch the worlds, they're actually just switching, like, your geometry or its geometry.
Hopefully Anderson's alive.
one of those just like, hey, you know what? It works perfectly, and no one who's playing the game would ever know that, and so it is fine that our
None of these remains match the genetic profile of
BT
major
just
ancestors.
lifting that dude up.
Still be alive.
It doesn't even matter that when you find out how they did it, it sounds, you know, like duct taped
Recommend you
together.
check the main lobby for reception. I would accompany you, but unfortunately my chassis will not fit through the door.
BT, if you really wanted to get in there, you could.
Oh, lucky you.
I detect sarcasm.
Oh. Oh, yeah, here's our man.
Anderson's dead. But I have his helmet. Unlike him, it appears to be in one piece.
Well done. If you bring it to me, I can analyze his helmet for important data.
Got it.
Oh, that's interesting. Portal 2 had a similar effect for distant backgrounds where they were rendered from a miniature version hidden in an accessible part of the level.
Special Operation 217.
That's fascinating.
To you. Congratulations on your
I love those kind of, you know, hidden tricks. I also love, you'll sometimes hear games people talk about, like, yeah, there's a floating coffee cup that exists below the level, and if you delete that coffee cup, the game hard crashes. No one knows why, but we just don't touch it.
Creating time distortions. I want SRS on the ground to infiltrate the facility.
Roger that.
Hi there, Mossy Green.
This wrist-mounted device we recovered during Operation Grizzly should protect you.
Who is, help me people, they're remembering that Matt Mercer is the voice of, our main character. What else, what's he memorably voiced? Who's Matt Mercer?
Pilot, the data Major Anderson collected appears to be incomplete. We are duty bound to uphold and fulfill Special Operation 217.
Oh, he's McCree. Okay. There you go.
Proceeding.
High noon.
What are we supposed to do?
Our mission has been updated. I detect a breach in the security services building. I will provide access. I will remain here. And
Oh, this is BT doing some sick shit. Watch this. This is actually a little bit foreshadowing. God, that's so cool.
Nice. Maybe next time you can throw me.
Noted.
Noted. Alright, and we got C4 charges now. And the Mastiff. Oh, I didn't get to pick it up. Okay. Not the devotion. Or no, we want the devotion. And we got the Mastiff. Oh my gosh. That's, I'll say it. Too many robots. I need to get out of here. The only Jacob Keller's the only streamer I watch who isn't a VTuber. How do you know? Maybe I'm just a really good one.
Copy that. Laser messages are online. Sending a C2 investigation.
I'm wearing a full body mocap suit at all times. Everyone asks if my beard is fake. It's actually that every other part of me is fake. But the beard is a live stream. It does feel like a Source thing. You know, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's like the idea of like a loading screen just kind of in the middle of a level certainly isn't a thing that shows up in games much anymore. All right, here we go.
Sorry, Anderson.
So now the power tube time travel in our hands. Oh my gosh. Amazing. So see, we got this place. Now we got this place. Now we got this place. Now we got that place. Oh, and now BT can talk to us across both. That's nice. And what's so cool and clever about how they set this up is that there are enemies in both situations, and so you might time travel to get away from one set of enemies, and then there's another set of enemies that oh man, it's so good. And you can see the little blue dots where they were. This is a very good video game shotgun, by the way. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oop. Oop. Are there... I'm trying to think of other games I've done recently, or I've played, where they've done similar things to this, because it has been long enough that people have copied it. There's that one cool level in Sayonara Wild Hearts, that does this, where you you're kind of snapping back and forth in between realities. There's that Dishonored 2 level that is, you know, more kind of measured, but you are switching back and forth between the two realities. Oh no, I'm almost out of Mastiff ammo. I need more. This is the only gun I want to use for the rest of the game. Okay, there we go.
Security, Beta 4, do you copy? Beta 4, what is your position?
Oh, that was one of the helmets. Okay, I'll get it. There we go. 1 out of 6. That's the one we're getting. And I also love the idea of the people in this timeline just being like, what is going on? Okay, do we have to listen to this guy? I mean, this is kind of explaining the game, so I guess we should.
They're restoring it. Whatever they're planning, it's potentially catastrophic. Anderson out.
Truly, if I could only use the Mastiff for the rest of the campaign, I would. Alright, I'll get this one too. No, I'll get this one too, I said. So cool. Every single time it is cool. It is never not awesome feeling. Lil Rainbow, you actually do that. You find audio logs of, you know, there are audio logs of people saying, like, we showed up out of the elevator and this guy was just there and then he disappeared. Like that's they're very entertaining.
Anderson out.
Arc prepped for delivery and en route to the test chamber.
Pop. Oh, bad time to switch.
Arc prepped for delivery and en route to the
Okay.
test chamber.
Can't believe that I just got rocked by that Spectre. This is the part where we can really just start rolling through it. Thank you, No Tesla.
Spin up the outer ring. Test sequence will commence once the arc is...
This also has the excellent like game design thing of just like, if you want, you can take your time and look at all the cool stuff, and if you want, you can just run through it as fast as you possibly can. I don't like it when I am not given time to look at all the cool stuff, but I also don't like it when it you know, when it insists on you taking a long time. Okay, what am I supposed to do in here? God, kill that dinosaur. Do we just keep going over to the other? I feel like there's probably some button I have to push. Here's one of those audio log laptops. Oh, there's just a zip line. See, here's one of those cool things where the zip line is cool in this reality, but then you gotta switch to the other one. Or this. Oh my gosh! Now, that's fucking gaming, baby. That's put that in every video game. Put it in before your eyes.
Large amount of residual energy. This was the Ark's final destination. Anderson's plan indicated a recon mission within close proximity to the center of the active rings.
Here we go. Best moment. Ooh. What is better than that? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Test. This damn thing was just a test. One of our own planets is next. They're going to hit Harmony, and they've moved up the timeline. I have to get this intel to Sarah.
We should put it in Minesweeper.
I would like to spend some time today to talk about the value of human life.
Oh.
There
Is he fighting with someone? There's a story here, I promise.
That was Major Anderson's final recording.
Okay. Now let's get back. Oh, and the end of this level is just as cool, if not cooler. J. Hervard Lynn, you don't have to play the first one to understand this one, because in fact there is no campaign for the first one. There is kind of a story that you could look up if you really wanted, but absolutely not. It is totally comprehensible as your first Titanfall. I would guess that the Titanfall 1 servers are not particularly active right now, although I might be wrong about that.
Pilot, I've located the controls to extend the bridge to the rings.
PT fighting dinosaurs.
It appears that whatever actions you took in the past have caused the remaining automated security systems to be quite hostile towards us in the present.
Okay. Can I get in? There we go.
Pilot mode engaged.
And now we can switch wall in BT. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna switch to Scorch. The homie Scorch. Hearing the like million weapon kicks when you connect something with Scorch and the fire hits them repeatedly, incredibly satisfying. One of the most satisfying. Alright, we're gonna flame core the hell out of this boy.
Excessive damage. Warning.
Alright. Now, where are we going? Oh, we have to extend the bridge. What type of loadout is this? Oh, Ion. The music right now, also pretty amazing. Oh, we've got our hacker knife! I forgot about the hacker knife! BT, where are you? There you are. There is a truly incredible part about with the hacker knife later. I think Ion has maybe the... Oh, gosh. Press middle mouse button for time travel. Don't mind if I do. Ion has one of the coolest core abilities, which I will use in just a second here.
Excessive damage. Warning. Warning. Pilot, we must uphold the mission. I advise you get as close as possible to the center of the rings.
Look, I'm trying. Have you seen all of the shit over there? Okay, ready? Here's the core ability. Absolute, just anime-ass space laser. Oh, here we go!
BT?
Folks. Is this not absolutely the coolest shit? It is just so good. Whew. What a game. What a gosh
Well done, pilot.
darn game.
Scan complete. As Anderson discovered, the IMC intend to destroy the militia planet of Harmony using the full-scale version of this weapon. Pilot Cooper.
Goodbye,
our journey is far
time
from
travel
over.
device.
We must get this data to the fleet.
Okay, and I think that is where we're gonna, I mean, how could we top that for the rest of the stream? So I think this will be the end of the stream for now, but I want to keep playing this game as much as any of you, so we will come back soon, probably sometime this week. And for now, thanks for watching. Check out my new video if you haven't already. It's very different than this. And yeah, happy Father's Day, everyone.